Hello, my fam, Perez Hilton here, and one of the top search results when you Google my name is Perez Hilton net worth. According to the internet, I'm worth $30 million. I wish. I've never been worth $30 million. I've never been worth anywhere near $30 million. That's one of the many reasons why I'm always very dubious when I see all of these Forbes listings and that ranking of how much money people have or have made or are worth. 90% of the time, it's grossly inaccurate. Those people are either worth way less or way more. In my case, I was worth way less and am worth way less than has been claimed. I've been able to support my family and live a comfortable life. But as some of you who follow me regularly know, I can't have a fourth child because I want to have one because I'm still not on my game. I can't have a fourth child, which I would love to do because I can't afford that, okay? I made a video in the past about surrogacy and how much that whole process is, and it's not cheap. I've spent a good majority of my money, capital, grow life savings, earnings, to build a family. Something that most of you can have for free. In that video I revealed it cost me about $200,000 per child, which I happily paid, no regrets for that, but I'm so thankful that I stopped myself from having a fourth, which I wanted, because I can't afford a fourth. My anxiety, which is already bad at times, it comes and goes, and right now it's pretty high. I don't know if I can handle the stress and pressure of being the sole earner responsible for feeding and housing 6 people. Because my 3 kids depend on me now, my mom depends on me now, and my sister depends on me too. Everybody lives off of what I make. So yeah, it's really good to treat your parents well and to treat your family well, your sister well. And when you do that and you take on that role, that's a big responsibility. So I revealed yesterday that I overspent this year a lot. So I have decided to make a lot of changes in my life. Some of them were easy changes and quick ways to save money, and I'm going to tell you all of those ways. But some of the other changes that I'm making are giving me more anxiety and are scary for me to make and are painful because they have to do with my well-being, or so I kept telling myself for the longest time. And I have so many even more mistakes to share. Sharing is caring, and also sharing is liberating. And also, please don't make any of the mistakes that I made. If you're lucky enough to be in a position where you have somebody helping you with things, and I'm not naming anybody, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. At the end of the day, the one that effed up majorly was me. But if you're lucky and blessed and have worked hard enough to get to a point where you have an accountant or this or that or the other, or in my case, I had a business manager, you still need to be looking at everything and overseeing it all and aware of everything. And for the longest time, my life was go, 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 busy, 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 busy. I just signed things. I wasn't aware of everything. Thankfully, that person that I no longer work with, my former business manager, very decent person, but there are some things that were done and not done that just make me want to pull my hair out and leave me scratching my head and confused. For example, one of the most basic ways that I could have been earning money over the last 12, 13, 14 years without doing anything was to have my money in a savings account, which is something that every single one of you should do. I didn't have one set up. And I did not find out about that until this week. Thankfully, I'm only 41 years old. And I am going to be making, have already made, will continue to make some drastic cuts and changes to ensure that in 10 years' time, 15 years' time, I don't have to go through what I'm going through now. So, I've got my money in a savings account now. My sister now is basically acting as everything, my business manager and my financial advisor. And thank God, I know with every fiber of my being, my sister, whom is very private and you don't see, even though we, have had our issues in the past and I was real genuinely hurt. She might see this again. Reminder, I'm over it though. I was hurt, I'm over it. I was hurt that I didn't give a toast or dance with her or do anything at her wedding. I know with every fiber of my being that she's got my best interests at heart. I can trust her implicitly. She is the person who my kids will go to if anything were to happen to me. She's the best aunt. The best aunt. So, not only do I have my money in a savings account now, but it's a very specific kind. I don't remember the name of it. My sister knows. It's government guaranteed or government subsidized or government, is it FDI? I don't know. But with doing nothing, I'm gonna earn 2.3% a year. So let's say you put in $200. That means you're gonna earn $4.60 that year, I think, right? I'm awful with math. That's another problem. Please, kids, if anybody young is watching this, please pay attention in math class. So I made that change. Another change that I made that I just, once again, stupidly assumed I had set up a long time ago, or was set up for me because I thought that happened and I never just asked, I never just made sure, I never just looked, I just signed stuff. I now have an investment account that I've put money into already. Yeah, I've been working like crazy the last 48 to 72 hours, and only now am I like at the tail end of not sleeping and phone calls and emails and just drastic changes and cuts. So I've set that up. Also, another thing that I can't believe wasn't set up. I have set up funds for my children's education, which everybody should do, even if you can't contribute a lot to it. All right, I got on a phone call this weekend. Yeah, when they want your money, they'll get on a phone call with you. And maybe some of you are maybe Susie Orman is watching, or some kind of financial expert, and they can verify this, but I don't think I was lied to. Previously my goal, and I said this in a video last year or the year before when I previously spoke about having to make cuts and changes. I said, I am old school. I believe in real estate. I want to buy a fourplex. But this guy that I spoke to this weekend said, Okay, that's one strategy and approach, and it's real, you can see it. But if you buy a fourplex or a duplex as an investment property, yes, over time that will go up, but also over time things are gonna break. That's gonna require maintenance. And if you put your money in the stock market in a low risk portfolio spread out over multiple companies, this guy told me that in 10 years time, I could hopefully double what I put into that investment account. Is that accurate? I mean, thankfully, I'm able and willing to put in money now and not touch it for even longer than 10 years time. Maybe till I'm like 58. Not that I'm gonna retire at 58, but I want to be able to, once my kids are out of the house and in college and I've got all of their college taken care of, I wanna be able to then spend on myself, then start taking really nice international trips and getting massages if I'm able to, if my finances allow. But one of the things that this life-changing moment has made me realize, which is a very powerful lesson for people out there who have children, is I got accustomed for a very long time to live a certain way. And I have been living a bachelor lifestyle, or just not even I've slowly been modifying my life and my lifestyle with kids, but in addition to my mom's illness and some unexpected expenses this year, my daughter, Mia, is starting pre-K in the fall. She's going to start in the same school that her brother goes to. And that is a much more expensive school than the one that she's going to right now. My sister put together not just a presentation of how I've been spending, but also suggestions on how I could save. And one of the suggestions that she made was get my kids out of private school. And I said, hell no. I'm willing to make what I used to think were painful cuts so that I can justify and be okay with putting my kids in the best school possible for them, which thankfully, that doesn't mean the fancy private school in Los Angeles or the most expensive. God, thank you. God, thank you. The school that my kids go to is very reasonable. I just love it for a variety of reasons, which I don't want to get into or need to get into right now, because I also, really value and respect the community and want to keep it private and I've never even said when my kids go to school, I don't want that for safety. But thank God that school isn't the one Beyonce's daughter goes to. Because that one, expensive. For a decade plus, I have been getting my meals delivered. That's not cheap. Last time I had to make some adjustments in my life, I reached out to those people, which is an important and a valuable lesson, something that you can learn from as well. I reached out to those people and I said, hey, I've been a loyal customer for so long. Can you guys give me a discount? Especially if I mention it on actually, if you watch the video, I did it in two parts. First, I said, can you give me a discount? And they did, just like that. And then I said, okay, would you give me an extra discount, like another 5 to 10% off, if I mention you guys across social media? And thankfully, the people at Sunfair were really nice, and I value that they're the best, okay? They are the best meal delivery program I've ever had. And I've tried them all in LA, in New York, in Vegas. They are the best. But even with my discount, that was a lot of money. And it was not, I didn't immediately say, I'm gonna cut that, because I was afraid I'm gonna get fat again or unhealthy, or I was afraid that I couldn't do it on my own. So, as I've spoken before, I am an addict. I'm a food addict. I'm a work addict. I just have an addictive personality. And the way that I, back in 2008, began to get in shape and turn my life around was by treating my food addiction like an addiction. So I didn't quit cold turkey back in 2008. And I haven't quit Sunfare cold turkey yet, but I'm going to. What I have done is I cut out all the snacks that they used to give me, which I only did that right before Palm Springs. Like this past Monday, I started taking care of my own snacks. And even then, I've learned, you know what, I'm actually okay with it. Like I'm so hard on myself and critical, and I was like, oh, I'm eating bananas and apples, and I spoke with my trainer and she's like, well, bananas are really high in sugar. And then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, but you're still eating a banana and you're still eating healthy. You can't be crazy, neurotic, obsessive about things. So the plan is in a week's time, scary, all this change is scary and not easy. In a week's time, I am going to handle everything on my own. I'm adjusted and used to now. And actually, our trip to Santa Barbara was fairly a good test because I fended for myself every day there. You saw it in the vlog that I made. I went and I got salads, and I'm not clearly going to be buying a salad every day at the supermarket, three salads a day in my normal life, but I am a machine. I am a monster. I am a beast. I am focused and determined. And I'm fine eating the same damn thing almost every day. So you know what? I'm not having a nutritionist and a chef put together my healthy meals anymore, but I am gonna just use logic. Chicken and spinach. More chicken and spinach. Fish and broccoli. A protein and a vegetable. You cannot go wrong with that. Egg whites. More fruit. I know what being healthy is, what being healthy tastes like. It's not rocket science. I just need to decide I can do this on my own, and I'm going to do this on my own, and I'm going to do it on my own. And doing that is going to save me so much money. The other big change that I'm gonna make is for the last, 11 years, I have made the investment in myself in spending on a personal trainer. I've spent a lot of money on personal trainers over the last 11 years because I've been working out for the most part 5+ days a week with a personal trainer. Thankfully, my personal trainer in Los Angeles, who's been amazing, is not that expensive. But I'm not even gonna ask her for a discount. A, I don't feel comfortable doing that because she's already not that expensive. And B, even at a discount, it's gonna be more than my plan. I called a gym, I'm not gonna mention their name because they wouldn't give me a discount. I called the gym and I actually slid into their DMs and tweeted them and said, hey, I'm thinking of joining, can you give me a discount? They said no. So I'm not gonna mention what gym it is, but I tried, and I've gotten some rates, and I've just done the math, and I'm gonna save so much money by not having a trainer anymore, and by no longer taking spin classes at the fancy spin class place. Because the gym has spin class, and the gym has group fitness class. And it might not seem like a lot to you, but it was really scary for me because I don't want to, it's like a drug addict. I don't want to revert back to my old ways, and I won't. I've got this. I believe in myself. I've got a plan in place. I am doing it. So those were some big changes that were hard to make. Some of the other changes I've made, like setting up the savings account, those have been easy. Even others, and I do believe in God. I've said that before, I'll say it over and over again. What my concept of God is might be different than yours, but I am a believer. And I believe in the universe, and I believe in myself, and I believe everything happens for a reason. I was telling myself that I needed business quality Wi-Fi in my house. So since I've been in my LA home for 3 years, I've had business Wi-Fi with Spectrum. You know how much they were charging me? I'm almost embarrassed to say. $500 a month for a business Wi-Fi at my home. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I and my sister, it was teamwork, but it was mainly my sister who did this. My sister found a much cheaper Wi-Fi than the one that I've been using that actually helps me more. AT&T is offering a Wi-Fi for only $100 and something a month, not $500. I'm gonna save close to $5,000 a month, a year, and end up benefiting because the new Wi-Fi with AT&T has a higher upload speed. And that's what I care about. I care about upload. Spectrum had a high download. And if you stream movies, if you got Netflix or this or the other, you care about download. I care about uploading this video as quickly as possible. I feel like I feel out of breath because this is like such a release for me. This is like, I almost feel like a spiritual experience or moment. I think I need to leave for a moment and just get some air. In addition, now it's like, in addition to, but I kind of liked it in there better. Maybe I'll turn the light on. I feel good. I'm feeling good. Where are the lights? Okay. In addition to the Wi-Fi change, I've gotten rid of my landline. You know, I'm a dad, so a lot of the decisions I have made in the past and I make are for my kids. I said to myself, I need a landline in case of an emergency. Well, guess what? Beep. I've been in my house for 3 years and there's not been an emergency that required me to use my landline. So I just got rid of it. I don't need a landline anymore. And also the landline was costing me $100 a month or more. It was more than $100 a month. It was 100 and change. Another easy change I made, up until now, I've been using this service called the Hollywood News Calendar, which would tell me about all of the events happening in LA. That too was $100 and something a month, which I was telling myself, I need this for work. But I sat down and I made so many decisions and hard look at everything. And I said, okay, no, do you really need this? You go to events, but most of the events that you go to, people invite you to. You don't even go to the events you see on there and you reach out to people. So I got rid of that too. And a big lesson for me, and hopefully for you, is you can always save more. You can. And some of the savings and changes are easy. Just say, hey, you know, so-and-so, I'm thinking of switching providers to that person. Can you make me an offer? Or hey, so-and-so, what can you do for me? Or hey, so-and-so, I'm gonna cancel. I feel like I'm Susie Orman myself because I've learned so much more this last week, these last 2 days. This has been such a release and a relief. And now you know also why I've been going crazy on YouTube, uploading even more videos and really making this such a huge priority because I can earn on YouTube. So I'm doing everything in my power to save more, spend less, and earn more. And you can too. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this and being a member of my fam. You are fam forever. No matter what I say, if I piss you off in the future, and no matter what you say, if you piss me off in the future, we are family. And family always has each other's back. I've got your back. I love you. You've got this. I've got this. We've got this. If this was helpful or enjoyable to you, hit the like button, leave a comment, follow, enjoy, share.